Welcome to your 2023 reading, Leo. Today, we are going to look into the main areas of your life for 2023, what you should expect in terms of events, opportunities, and challenges. What we have here is love, career, and finance, unexpected events, your power and your challenge for 2023, and how you're going to end the year going into 2024 as well. Then in part 2 of the reading, we will go month by month to see what you should expect in more details, okay? Now, let's start with your love area for 2023. And the first two cards that we have are patience and trust. And I do believe that some of you are already feeling not so good about these two messages, and mainly because you have been already very patient and you have been trying to trust what's happening around you, the people that come into your life, and not often you've actually been happy about having trusted certain people in your past. And so right now, for the cards to say, hey, more patience and more trust, there is definitely something here that it's making you feel already fatigued when it comes to this area. Now, the reason why these cards and these messages are coming up now, it's because what's coming in next year, it's going to really be worth it this time. From what we see right here, it's clearly part of your path, okay? Sometimes we go through these failures and these moments where we regret everything we've said, everything we committed to, and we think that we have just wasted our time, our energy. Maybe we have missed on other opportunities that would have been better. But what these cards are saying is, Leo, you have been on your right path all along. You were meant to go through what you went through, especially this past year in 2022, because it prepared you for what's coming in now with these energies over here, okay? This is clearly something you can trust. You have to trust. And you'll realize that everything you went through that you had to be very patient about is actually an asset for you, because now you can see better what it is that you want, but especially what you don't want. Look at the at the you of 5 years ago. I bet that most of you don't even recognize that person. You have learned so much in the meantime. There is so much that you've learned about not just the world around you and the people around you, but also about yourself. And that is definitely priceless at this point, because it's a major asset for you to invest when it comes to what energies and people are going to show up in your life next year. So don't underestimate all the pain and the struggle, because right now it's really going to pay off. We see with the Four of Pentacles, security, feeling like, okay, I got this. I got that stability. Number 4, okay? Feeling like, okay, I can do this. But there is one thing here that talks about you not wanting to open up, Leo. And I cannot blame you. I cannot blame you, because the more I look into these energies, the more I see the burden that you've been carrying from certain situations in the past that have really hurt you and made you feel unstable, made you feel like, okay, now I have to rebuild myself all over again, once again. And so right now you're having a hard time when this will come in to just open up and trust it, but it's going to be worth it from what we see over here, okay? This is overcoming something. This is overcoming the burdens and the fears that have been collecting in the past year especially, but even before that, for welcoming instead this beautiful opportunity over here. So as far as your love life, Leo, goes for 2023, we see real love, real connections coming in. And at first, you will be maybe pushing them away because you do not want to take certain risks again at this stage of your life. But what we see is that these are worth taking the risk for. And speaking of risks, your overall here, from what we see so far, is about stepping out of your comfort zone and taking risks, do things that maybe you have not done in a while. And as long as you do that, we have major rewards coming in, as we see here, starting from your love life. Now, in part 2, we will go month by month and in more detail about this situation, okay? To see what's coming in, how to handle it, and all of that. Now, let's go to your finance and career. And this is actually very, very interesting. We have metamorphosis, and it's in you with the beautiful lion over here. This is you, Leo. This is exactly what you need to do in 2023. Look at yourself. Look how amazing you are, and look how much potential you have within you, okay? There is something as far as your finance, career, your job, your day-to-day routine that you have been trying to figure out, right? Should I go this way? Should I go that way? Should I do this, or should I invest time in this other opportunity? You have been conflicted when it comes to that area of your life. And also, you have been conflicted because you don't fully know if you're going to be able to do something that for you is very important. I see here a project, something you want to really invest into, that it's part of you. It's really much part of your personality and the things you like to do in your day-to-day life, right? But you have been waiting for a confirmation of some sort over here, for somebody to tell you, yes, you can do this, or no, you cannot do this. Now, we see also that maybe you have been feeling at times as though you were not good enough for this, or I cannot charge this much to people for this service, or when I finally get to do this, people will just tell me, no, this is not for you. Just change career, change job. There is something about insecurity, but not because you are not good at this, but just because you're new at this. You're overall new at believing in yourself, to the point where you take major risks, where you undergo major transformations in your life in order to rely on that skill that you do have, right? Yeah, you believe in yourself, but have you actually let go of a security, a job, for example, Four of Pentacles is security, a job that pays the bills in order to pursue what you're really good at. And so what we're seeing right here is that you have to start looking within in order to understand if this is going to be successful or not, Leo. Very simple over here, okay? Because often we spend a lot of time thinking, is this the right time? Are we in the right economy for me to do this? Is there enough demand for me to do this? You have been focusing lately on external factors, whereas instead, the only thing that you need to look into is, how bad do I want this? How far am I willing to go in order to make this work? Am I just going to give up as soon as something goes wrong? Or will I keep fighting for this until I get where I know I'm supposed to be? That is the answer that you need to hear in order to understand if you should go for this or not, okay? And clarifying these two cards, we have the Seven of Cups. Clearly, you have a lot of options, okay? You have options, and sometimes this can be a bad thing because, you know, it's like having 5 different job offers, and now you don't know which one is going to be the best one. There is something good about this one, something good about that one. And sometimes instead, when we lose all the job offers and all we can do is focusing on our skills and cultivating that, monetizing that, yeah, it's harder because now how are we going to pay our bills? But at the same time, it's going to push us to do something that we would have not done if we had the security. So obviously, this is an extreme example. Don't get to a place where you don't have job offers or you don't know how to pay your bills. But try to adopt that mindset sometimes. And that mindset is, my life depends on this. If you do that, you actually be very, very successful. Cannot wait to look into this message month by month to see what it's actually going to happen there, okay? In your unexpected energies, we have actually something very, very beautiful and something that connects to these previous messages as well. These are two opposite cards, the Crow and the Phoenix. You know, I definitely see, especially with this Five of Pentacles, that you had experienced some sort of loss, okay? It could be definitely, since we see Pentacles, a monetary loss, your home environment, something that you thought was your foundation that you have lost, whether you're going through it right now or this year in 2022 or in the past. It's something that it's impacting you right now though. And you felt the struggle. You felt very, very worried when it came to this. Now, what we see is that this loss, it's actually your asset. As I said earlier, everything you went through up to this point, Leo, was truly meant to happen because it put you in the exact place and at the exact time with the right skills and tools and experience in order to really achieve big, big things in 2023, okay? What you thought it was the end, it was actually just the beginning. Take everything that you've learned through this loss over here, okay? Everything that you've discovered about the world, about whatever environment this was for you, and the things you've discovered about yourself, and create something out of it, okay? Whether it is artistic, a song, a book, a video, something that connects to that loss. It's going to really make you abundant in ways that right now, Leo, you cannot even imagine. And that's going to be unexpected for you, because how can a loss turn into the biggest win of my life? Well, that's what we see right here for 2023. And as I usually say, these energies don't come to you. These energies are available around you. Then it's up to you to get up, go out there and make this happen. Okay, Leo? I know that's the hardest part. It really is. But it's beautiful to know that those doors are open for you. And this is one of them. Whatever has really kicked you down to the ground in the past, right now is the very fuel that will take you back up, all the way up to the stars, okay? So don't underestimate what you've gone through. Do not block it. Because often when we go through disappointments, especially as big as this one, we tend to not wanting to think about it, not wanting to analyze it. I just want to block it out, just like a trauma, and I never want to revisit it again. This is the year where instead you have to go back to it to pull out things from it, things that will really make you happy, successful, and abundant sooner than you think, okay? Now, as far as your power, your challenge, honestly, we have something, again, similar, clock and hand of cards. Look at this. Take a chance. Take risks, okay? Look at your options and just go for things that you usually wouldn't go for because they're way too risky. Now, it doesn't mean that you cannot have a fallback plan, Leo, okay? Let's do things like the King of Pentacles would do. The King of Pentacles is someone who knows very well how to maintain some sort of stability, even when taking risks. So, for example, if we want to put it in terms of numbers, if you have 1,000, you can gamble or take a risk for 100, knowing that you still have 900 for you left, okay? And so just do things strategically and in a way that it's going to not give you that anxiety that will tell you, hey, if this doesn't go through, if this doesn't work out, you'll lose it all. Do things smartly, okay? Now, we do see right here that you do have options, but do not rush into anything, okay? Need time, it takes time. This is, it's a hard balance to achieve, Leo, right? Because otherwise, everybody would be able to do it. I take risks, okay, then I'll go for every single thing that comes my way because, I'm taking risks, so I go for it. No, you need to really make sure, Seven of Cups as well, that the ones you go for are the ones that look good long term. Don't do anything next year when you're taking risks, obviously, that will give you a quick return, will give you a quick result, reward. No, that's not what this is about, okay? You'll see progress. You'll see progress. It might be slow at first, but what I see here is some sort of exponential type of momentum for you, okay? It starts very small, then it picks up, and then there is no stopping it. Like once it goes, my God, you'll see big things. Hey, King of Pentacles, the most abundant card in the deck. So if you have been struggling with money, with things that are part of your stability, well, next year, everything is going to change. We see here something very secure, and not just financially, also emotionally over here, okay? There is good reputation as far as something that you do, that you're good at, success, investing, indulging as well. Oh my God, this is you really buying that beautiful coat, getting yourself a crown. Why not? So clearly we have big things. I do see a house. I do see just something very stable for you, something that you've never had in your life up to this point. Or if you had it, you lost it, okay? Well, now it's coming back and it's gonna be stronger, more stable, and from what I'm seeing so far, it's going to last forever. The more we're looking at these clarifiers, and a lot of them are saying, hey, Leo has gone through a lot. And with this Five of Cups over here, by the way, we are at the area of the end of the year going into 2024 as well, okay? So Five of Cups over here, I do see how things have been a struggle. There is something that you regretted, something that really disappointed you. And from the moment in which this happened, something more emotional than material, okay? From the moment in which this happened, you just felt that you were not good enough, that you couldn't achieve certain things in your life just because it wasn't in the cards for you. Something or someone here really let you down. And you've made the mistake to take their mistake and make it yours, okay? You have been carrying their burden because it's something that has hurt you. But what it's important here to understand is that their mistakes are their mistakes and they have nothing to do with you. It's not because you were not good enough or because you just didn't deserve it. It's because they were not meant to go where you are going. You're going way higher than them, and they had to drop you because they cannot get to certain heights, whereas you can, and we see it right here. You are good enough and emotions are running high. What I do see here is that this next year, Leo, will teach you that, first of all, everything is in you. Everything you need, everything that it's actually really important for your happiness, for your stability, it's in you, Leo. You don't have to look for it anywhere else, in anybody else. And once you realize that, which you will, especially by the end of the year, after all these beautiful results, you'll be free. You'll be free in ways that you've never been you've never been free before, okay? It's gonna be really beautiful to experience this in your life because it's just liberating. It's just that confirmation that not only things are going to be fine, but that things are going to stay fine for the rest of your life. Yes, ups and downs, normal, but you are more in control than you think you are. And this is what you're going to learn in 2023. which is a beautiful lesson. And again, something that will set you free. Freedom is huge for Leos. You want to be in control of these things. You don't want to be at the mercy of other people's decisions, mistakes, emotions, whatever that might be. You want to be free to choose for yourself. And next year, you'll be able to, emotionally and materially too, for the first time in a long, long time. So I do see work, but I do see that it's absolutely worth it. All of it, okay? Now, let's get to part 2 of the reading. We will go month by month to see what you should expect, to see what all of this is about, so that you can prepare for accomplishments, but also the challenges for 2023, okay? Follow me, the link down below in the description box. Welcome to part 2 of your 2023 reading, Leo. The main energy for 2023, who is surprised, honestly? The Judgment. And with Judgment, we clearly see that this is the year of transformation for you, okay? We talked about it. We've seen it right here with a metamorphosis as well. You need to really realize that what's coming in next year, everything you're going to go through, the decisions, the choices you'll make will build a brand new you. And I do get the sense that in the past, you went through changes, obviously, like everybody does, but you also thought, okay, this is something brand new, something that will really change things up for me. And then you realize that many times instead, you have defaulted back to the previous version, to the things that were happening around you before that potential transformation, right? And so, in other words, you made progress, you took 3 steps forward and then 4 steps back, and back you were there at the beginning of all of it. But what we see right here is that what's coming up for you in this upcoming year, it's going to change you, and it's going to change the environment around you once for all, Leo. And I'm telling you, what you have here, it's absolutely beautiful and something that it's going to make it all worth it, as we were saying earlier, okay? So let's start